Wow. So even though last night's episode wasn't really one I'll revisit anytime soon, I'm glad we got a little bit of lore in regards to the character of Andi. Now, it wasn't too much, but I feel like it was just enough, especially where it's like, okay, I want Andi to have a phone conversation with her mom or her mom to eventually show up. But we learned that growing up, both her parents, she lived in a two-parent household. Andi saw that her family worked hard to, raise her and take care of her, riding the bus, which again, she hasn't done in quite a while. Took her back to those days when her mom would, get on the bus with her to take her to school. And then she'd get back on the bus to go to her second job. Her father was a hard worker as well. He had passed, unfortunately. But, her mom, she does, try to do nice things for her, which, we can assume is probably financial stuff, taking her on trips, things like that, because of the fact that her mom worked so hard to, get Andi to where she is now, making sure she was raised. But I feel like maybe, and just maybe, and maybe, perhaps this is me reading too far into it, but if you've seen, I wouldn't have over 8,000 videos on this channel if I didn't read into things too much, but speaking about it out loud and looking over my notes again, I feel like maybe looking at how Andi was brought up by her parents, perhaps that explains some of her behavior, because both parents were hardworking, and I'm making some assumptions here. Both parents were hardworking, and I feel like they probably busted their humps just to make sure the bare minimum was met. Maybe Andi didn't grow up with a lot of nice things, like, name brand clothing, annual trips with the family, extravagant holiday stuff and whatnot. Could that possibly explain why she is so, even though she denies it, materialistic now? That's why someone like Gary buying her extravagant gifts like, expensive clothing, cars, purses, shoes, jewelry, the penthouse. That's why she's so entranced by those things, due to the fact that she never had that stuff growing up. Also, the fact that, assuming that her, with her parents working hard, maybe her dad wasn't able to get those things. Obviously, if she didn't grow up with those things, her dad didn't give those things to her mother. Not that she didn't deserve them, and not that he didn't want to give her those things. They just couldn't afford it. And that also explains, her being so adamant in her career field and law and whatnot, because she's worked hard to get where she is, and what she has, she worked her ass off for. So honestly, it does make me appreciate that bus scene even more, because learning about her upbringing does show us a bit more about her character. That doesn't mean I'm raising my episode score or anything like that, but I think that looking at it from that perspective, I do look at Andi a little differently now. I think for me, my biggest question is this. If Andi's mom knew about how, I guess you could say, I can't think of the correct word here, how, I don't know. Let me put it this way. I wonder how Andi's mom would react if she knew about Andi and her behavior. Yeah, I think behavior is the nice way to put it. What would her mom say if she knew her daughter was part of an affair and then got engaged to this man, and, was her father abusive to her mother? And that kind of explained like her relationship with her abusive boyfriend in college, or, Gary. It's just those things where I am intrigued now. This is the back half of season 6. And for the first time, I'm like, damn, I really want to learn more about Andi now. And that's the name of the game. Yeah, we're really late. We're past 100 episodes. And the main, yes, I know it's an ensemble cast, but the main character, I'm finally like, wow, I think I understand her a bit more. But now I want to know more so I can truly understand her better. So what do you think? How do you think Andi's upbringing influenced her current day behavior, taste in men, the finer things in life? It just makes sense now. Let me know in the comments what you think. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.